Welcome to Beyond the Press Release, a production of Gorecom, in which we take the time to speak with small cap executives about what's going on at their companies. With us today, I love having him back because we're going deeper and deeper into the metaverse with him. David Lukacs, CEO of Liquid Avatar Technologies, trades in Canada under LQID. For our friends in the US, LQAVF. For those new to the story, because it keeps growing, people keep seeing these announcements about LA Comic Con, these announcements about avatars and the metaverse. So let me give you a brief description because a lot of you are new to Web3. What you need to know about the company is their genesis, first of all, is they're a global blockchain and personal identity company. What they do at that genesis is provide people like you and I with the power to manage, control, and even profit from our biometrically verified digital identity. And we know that that isn't some kind of fad or some kind of gimmick, because the Ontario government has got their digital strategy, ID strategy already announced. Google has announced that they're going that direction with their business as well. So that's where Liquid Avatar is the genesis, and they're the tip of the spear, way ahead of this. But then they've taken that technology stack and advanced it. And the way to describe that is, as the digital universe has continued to expand, there's a bigger and more important need to verify online identity, because we're going into the matrix, right? The internet has evolved from .com, which was read only, Web 2.0, which was read and write, to Web 3.0 now, which is read, write, and own. Read, write, and participate, right? So for older people, I call it the matrix. For guys like David and I, for the younger people who are watching, it's Ready Player One. The technical term is the metaverse. You probably heard it. It's a $30 billion market already, but Bloomberg Intelligence says it's going to be an $800 billion market by 2024. The company is already well versed in the metaverse thanks to their launch of Aftermath Islands and what's going on there. But today's press release, Meta Hero Project, 3D, fully animated, customizable, and personalized Metaverse-Ready avatars will be showcased at LA Comic Con. That's a mouthful. David, welcome back.
Thanks, George. Great to be here as always.
So I'm not going to try and ask you the question yet. What does the headline mean? I'm going to do a screen share because I think people have to see. They have to see this for us to have the conversation. So let me hop on here and do a share screen for everybody. All right. There's the Meta Hero Project website, but what we want everyone to see is the video. And by the way, you're not going to hear any audio because there isn't any audio with this. Yeah. But David, it's a short video. Seeing is believing. Feel free to kind of walk us through what we're seeing here, okay? And maybe start with, before I hit play, the importance of avatars and in the metaverse.
Sure. Thanks, George. Well, when we start looking at digital identity as a core, digital identity is at the core of everything we do, and not only at Liquid Avatar, but as people online. So we need to be able to manage, control, and benefit from our digital identity. And as we go beyond digital identity, the way to deal with it in the online and then in the metaverse is by having an avatar that is helping control that, is in charge of that when we're online. And we do that in a number of different ways. For a Liquid Avatar, you can assign different data schemas or different identities or packages or groups of identity to an individual two-dimensional avatar. But this now goes way beyond that. This now it brings the digital identity, it brings avatars, and it brings the metaverse together. So this is a new type of avatar, and we saw our people at Meta, which is Facebook, talk about these type of situations coming in the next few years. But we're here today, and this is an avatar that is fully articulated, which means it's fully rigged for animation. It is personalized and customizable, and can carry with it a verifiable credential that holds your identity and data, so that you can control both this in the metaverse or in social engagement or in gaming, and you control your digital identity.
And what I love, and we're going to hit play here, is how it's made. All right. So yeah. I'm going to hit play for everyone's benefit, and here we go. So David, kind of walk us through, this is how you're picking your body types.
Well, yeah,
right?
This is Future World or Westworld, if you've ever seen it. This is the next generation. You can morph it into any type of body shape or identity that you want. And then this is a real cool part. We can actually facial map your picture right onto the
That's
avatar.
unbelievable. That's why I
Right?
want to show people, because there's no
Body
way to
hair,
describe it.
body face, and then you can dress them up and do anything you want with them. Now, here's the really cool part, George, that we call this a kit. So that each meta hero has its own kit, and everybody starts out as recruit and then moves into customization when they want to. But a kit comes with 2 skills or 3 skills or 4 skills or 5 skills or 6 skills, and then a range of powers. So it's not to quote our friends at DC, but it's a Clark Kent Superman event where you can have a 3D avatar that you use every day to go to work online, do everything you want to do online, and you'll be able to play games, engage in environments.
Well, David, we lost your speed. We lost your mic there for a second.
Oh, you got me now? You got me now?
Yeah, just your volume came down.
Oh wow, that was weird.
Perfect, right there.
Perfect. I'm on a Bose set, so it should be fun. But you can use this avatar for everything that you do online. And as we move forward, it'll be gaming, it'll be metaverse, and you can do that as if your character is quote unquote Clark Kent. So you can do that every day. And then if you're in games, you're going to have superpowers, superhero powers that you can play in those games. It might be laser vision, it might be flight. Each meta hero in a kit comes with different skills and powers that are randomly generated and associated with that meta hero. So it's a whole new paradigm shift. It's not only being able to customize it with skills and powers, but it's also able to personalize to your exact specification. I mean, George, you can look better than you already do.
Impossible. That's how I know this software is a fraud. And we're gonna end the interview right there.
Right. And then when you and I were talking, you were thinking maybe everybody wants to be George.
David, isn't the problem? I'm glad you bring that up. Isn't the problem that you're making every man's dream come true of wanting to be me? And we're gonna see millions of George Cholas avatars all over small cap finance now.
Well, I think, George, it's going to be an absolute Star Wars event, Attack of the Clones. But in this case, it'll be Attack of the Clowns. So
you're waiting for that.
I've been waiting for that.
Because I said it to you once where I go, everyone's going to be me. You had that ready to go.
Yeah, Attack of the Clowns. There we go. So what people need to realize is this is very, very new technology. I mean, it's been in development by a group for over 2 years, and so at the end of the day, everyone who's got a meta hero will be able to customize and personalize that meta hero, and depending on the kit that they acquire, they'll be able to add again a range of superpowers, and they'll be able to do revisions. So this is a really interesting situation because, George, each one of these meta hero kits is tied to an NFT. And that NFT isn't the actual meta hero, it's the account that it's tied to. So George can go out, start as a recruit, build this recruit up, level them up, do all this great stuff for gaming. And then George could trade or sell that account to someone else before it's fully customized. So everything is
right. Really, so George, someone go on and create it all, just value add, basically, to use old guys' terms, and then say, hey, who wants to buy this from me?
That's ready to go, and it's got all these great, because remember, the skills and powers are randomized. So, and it depends, and we've got several different classes. You can be different kind of character, but again, for the serious individuals, they don't have to do any of that. But for the gamers, there's lots of opportunity, and this is really, I mean, sort of like Westworld or Future World, where you're creating these really amazing, avatars that then can be personalized and customized with all these skills and powers. So it really is the next gen. And it is built for the gaming environment and to be transportable. And we're taking this. The first application we have is in Aftermath Islands. So this will be the level set avatar for Aftermath Islands. Now there'll be all kinds of other avatars too. We're looking at tunes and different ideas and all kinds of really cool stuff. But at the end of the day, this is an opportunity for people to start to own their own avatar. I mean, we saw this when Mark Zuckerberg came out and talked about Meta and showed these cartoon characters and these flying robots. Man, those are cool, and I may want to be one, but I want to be a better rendition of myself online.
Yeah, right? And that's true. I know we laugh about that too, but that's what everybody really wants, right? You don't really want to be somebody else. So to a lot of people watching this, they're gonna think, man, because they're older, right? The older guys are watching saying, why do I care? The young guys are excited. Help explain to everybody at home, everybody to uniformly understand why this is so revolutionary.
Well, from a technology standpoint, it is very revolutionary. This has been used in the movie industry. It's been used in gaming, but it hasn't really been a personal application where you can fully customize and deal with this. Second of all, as we move to immersive online environments, we're going to need a digital representation of our physical self, and this gives someone that opportunity. And then, given the technology that we have behind Liquid Avatar, we can connect that NFT and that individual item to a series of accounts that has verifiable credentials. That doesn't mean if you sell the account, the credentials or that information goes with it. But when it's locked and loaded, we're tying those two things together. So wherever you go, your character will be able to literally, and I'm saying figuratively, but literally, take a wallet out of their pocket and show their credential, right?
And
So
this is a blow-away for
this is
people
a
even to think about this, because you're talking about your character showing ID. That's real ID for you, but in a digital world.
right. I mean, how many times, and we're in the Toronto area, so how many times do I have to go into a restaurant and take out my vaccination credential? But now I could have things like my credit card credentials connected to my avatar, and I can prove who I am just when my avatar shows up and buy something online at a digital store. I can go to school. There's lots of things happening at Aftermath that really required an interactive avatar, and we were able to put all the pieces together. Now, for some people, they're going to say, "Yeah, this is really gimmicky. This is not so. I don't know if I'll use it." But man, this is just the future. Again,
If
when
you
I
intend to be in the metaverse, you're going to have to use it, right? The people who say, and this is why I want to caution investors. There are going to be a lot of investors that say, "Oh, well, I would never use it," and that's okay. There are going to be a lot of people watching and listening who aren't going to use it. But you're an investor. What you have to ask yourself is, will millions and millions of young gamers and people who love virtual reality in the metaverse, will they use it, right, David? That's what kind of feedback have you got? I know it's early, you just announced it. This video just kind of went out, but have you had a chance to show this to anybody in the industry?
yeah,
Big people who really
oh yeah,
understand this, and what kind of
yeah.
reaction response are you getting?
I, I, Amazing. I mean, honestly, amazing. I was with one of the Canadian colleges for design and technology last week, talking to them, and I showed this to them, and they were just like freaking out. They were very excited about it. We've shown people in the metaverse industry. There's been a lot of good feedback, and this isn't just about an individual, but there will be animals, and animals can be heroes, and there will be fantasy creatures, and there's a lot more stuff coming for Comic Con. This is just sort of the tip of the iceberg again. So what we've done is we've laid out all these pieces, but what we're getting is amazing feedback. Imagine playing. I'm going to just use an example. We're not there yet, but imagine playing NBA. EA's NBA 2K or two, whatever
Right,
the
2K.
recent version is, right? And instead of being, a current basketball star, you can input your own player with super jump, right? Like you have the ability to do super jumps, and or you have super speed. Like I mean, there's so many applications for this, George, outside of the quote
That's what
unquote
people really want. I
broadcast.
mean, I love playing games. I pretend I'm my favorite hockey player, my favorite NFL player. But really,
Sure.
what I would really love to do is be a digital quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, playing against
Yeah.
you, against your favorite team. But it's me I may have the skills of Troy Aikman or Tony Romo or Dak Prescott, or I may just supercharge my own skills with my avatar. But really, what I want to do is see me in action. If that's the case, and that is the way it's going, look, you've been at the
Right.
tip of the spear for all this. Nobody should doubt it. How do you make money from this now? Explain to people, we're shareholders. Where's the value proposition here?
Well, George, you saw the avatar in an outfit with a with a at this point because it was fatigues with a rifle. But can you imagine that they could be in a suit? They could be in cool clothing from one of our favorite designers. We've already got designers talking to us because they don't really want to design for walking hippopotamus. They want to design for people so that they can sell the virtual product and the real product at the same time. So now, your avatar can wear designer clothing. They can look, amazing in game the same way you do in the real world. They can carry a handbag or wear the fashion boots or jackets. They can do everything. So there's lots of money to be made in ancillary product. There's also money to be made in leveling up programs and different kits and all the interactivity. So anything that you would buy for your person within reason in the real world, you can buy for your avatar. You might be able to buy the coolest car. Your avatar
So you're gonna license the technology out,
yeah.
or or they're just so many, or is it still so early and the metaverse is exploding that it's like that famous movie from the Social Network? You don't even know what you have yet. You can't even really deep dive into monetization because you don't know what Facebook is yet. That was the famous line out of the movie.
Well, that's exactly true. I mean, the ideal situation is what we have done is we've done the core product, which is digital identity, which is now solid and in market, and there'll be many more announcements about that in the coming weeks and months. And then we've got the avatar. So we had like a Gen 1 avatar. Now we've got sort of a Gen 3 avatar. This just blows the doors off almost anything else. And then now we add the metaverse to that around that. So we're laying the foundation for all the pieces, and it's coming fast and furious. And this isn't a promotional cycle. This is a business cycle. We made a commitment to our shareholders that starting in October, and that we would go into revenue mode, and we are clearly focused on revenue mode. And a lot of these products and services have been planned, and they're all coming out, and we're just running into the sort of the LA Comic Con wall, and everything has to be announced before next week. I mean, I think I told you earlier, our truck left Long Island, New York with our booth, and we're super excited for the booth for LA Comic Con. I mean, we've got this 1,500 square foot booth with a 16-foot tower and a 10-foot video screen. We're doing multiple panels. We're doing the scavenger hunt. I mean, they're expecting over 100,000 people at this point. So, I mean, it's the right demographic. And, there are many more surprises. Some are already starting to kind of permeate online as people are hearing tidbits. But we've got major comic book designers designing items for meta heroes. And it's unbelievable what's coming at us this quickly. And again, the last few days we've launched new islands for Aftermath Islands, and those are already selling. The
You got 3 islands sold out now, right?
Four.
So
Four,
Musk Manor,
yeah,
Bitcoin Bay,
yeah,
ETH,
Estates,
and Doge
Hideaway.
So 4
And
islands are already completely sold out.
completely sold out, and those are high roller islands. So they're the smallest of the islands with the smallest number of estates, but the most expensive estate. And now phase 2 is actually priced above phase 1, and it's selling. I mean, we're seeing just reaction. And again, there's some there's some Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales coming out. There's some planned events for the holidays. I mean, this is really come together. I will tell you, and again, I'm not quoting sources at this point in time because, but I was sent an email with a link to one of the online, I believe it's a Discord accounts that rated and ranked metaverses, and of the initial 5 that they ranked, obviously Decentraland was number 1, Sandbox was number 2.
Yeah.
We were ranked number 3.
I would love to see that because that would be unbelievable.
Yeah, and then I think it was Meta and Microsoft after me. And again, this was sent to me, so I have not verified the source yet. So again, that's a due diligence item that we've all got to look at. But we're getting tons and tons of coverage from people inside the industry. They're so excited. They love the branding. They love the idea of inexpensive plots and parcels of land that they can own and deal with. And they're watching all our videos. So we're really excited.
And what I love what you're doing is you're putting all together because you've got the island, the plots of land. You can be able to put homes on there, and then you can be able to put your digital self in there, your digital avatar in there to talk with everybody else, mingle with everybody else, do things with everybody else. And that's the part that most excites me because it's not going to be just a case of hi. Eventually, it's going to get incredibly interactive, so that we're almost going to move away from this, this flat Zoom environment. It's not going to happen tomorrow, but we're going to be at a stage where we're doing interviews where our avatars are moving together through aftermath islands. This is, this island or that island. You're showing, we're talking, and people
And
are
everybody can
watching.
join us, right? No,
Yeah,
actually, everyone can join us.
yeah,
You don't just
exactly.
have to watch it; they can join us. And again, this is
How long
so.
till that becomes possible, David? A year, like 6 months to a year from now? When do you think we might be able to do our first? Because you and I are going to be the first ones to ever do it. When do you
Well,
think that's possible?
well, I got to tell you a very funny story. And I think it was 2011. I went to the University of Toronto, which is my alma mater, and I've done a lot of work supporting U of T. And I said to them, we've got this technology, and this was way back then, that does remote, broadcast and remote question and answer, and remote learning. And they told me no one is ever going to take a class online. I swear, I was like, because we had just finished a project for Steven Spielberg and Warhorse, and I wanted U of T to use it. And they said, no one's ever going to do remote learning. I do think this is, I want to say 3 to 5 years, but based on what we're seeing, probably way faster. But there's, again, there'll be a commercial impetus where we've got some surprises at Aftermath Island that might accelerate that. But there is just so much there. But again, it starts with the core of digital identity, and then around that has to be an avatar, and then around that has to be the metaverse. And while we've got all three pieces in play, we're now shoring up each one of those on a singular basis. And the Meta Hero project and the Meta Heroes are our next generation of opportunity. But I also encourage everyone that the Meta Heroes sort of started as their own idea of a game, and there will be games involved with Meta Heroes. And on the website is also the backstory, so you can see how this came about and what the backstory and how Meta Heroes were created, and it's a very comic, book-esque type of story that everybody can read.
Let me just sorry about that, and put that on pause. Last question for you. I want to kind of go back. So you think we're still a couple of years away from my avatar and your avatar on ETH estates having a conversation?
Oh, no. About interactive, like Zoom channels. I think our plans are to have the first beta testing running by mid 2022.
Yeah, that's okay. I want to make sure of that, because it's like,
but I think this entire
we're like 6 months away from our avatar, just you and me being there and possibly being able to record that somehow, right?
Right, and that's our first event, and we're going to start that in one island, and then expand it out. But again, I think to be fully immersive with all this stuff, we're looking at not decades, but we are looking at years, because there's so much to get done. And again, what we're doing is we're working with other people in the metaverse to try and accelerate this by code sharing and some other opportunities and we're in early stage discussions about having 1+1 = 3.
And I know I said last question, but I'm going to ask a geek question, and not everyone's going to relate to this, but our family owns a couple of Bored Apes. People have these different NFTs, right? The video demo that we just saw there, where you took a real world photo, run it through, and it creates a meta hero. Would I be able to do that with one of my NFTs, or does that have to be an actual photo of me?
No, it could be animorphs where you could add an animal face to it. There's going to be a lot of different ways to do it. Again, we have to be very careful with copyright and trademark issues, but generally speaking, we'll be able to customize almost anything on that. And so we are planning hybrids and chimeras and all kinds of really cool stuff. I mean, the creative mind never sleeps.
Well, I can't wait till we're together in Los Angeles. I think that'll probably be the next time we do one of these, unless you have more like big. And then again, leading up to Comic-Con, I wouldn't be surprised next week you have more big announcements. So I don't have, by the way, for everyone home, I have no idea.
I won't say anything, but there are.
I wouldn't be surprised, because leading up to a conference, I mean, I know when I would do our little simple conferences, we drop some big news a few days before. So hopefully we'll be seeing you again. But I can't wait to do it from the floor. But in the meantime, thanks for showing this amazing technology. What another great advancement in the world of Liquid Avatar, man. It's unbelievable. From digital identity, like I said, to your avatar, to a universe, right? It's like those little egg games or those little Russian doll games we see when we were kids. It's amazing. Thanks, David. Congratulations to you and the team.
Thanks, George. Great to be here again.
To everybody at home, you've been watching or listening to my podcast on Spotify, Google, Apple, or your favorite podcast platform. To David Lukacs, CEO of Liquid Avatar Technologies, trades in Canada under LQID. For our friends in the US, under LQAVF. Do your due diligence, get to Agoracom, take the company's profile page, and then from there, hop over to liquidavatartechnologies.com, do your deep dive due diligence. Listen, guys, if you believe in the future of online identity, the metaverse, which Facebook has already told you is happening, so David doesn't have to convince you of that, then you want to try and find a way to potentially participate that in the small cap space. Liquid Avatar is a company where you do your due diligence. I can't tell you whether you should buy it or not. That's going to be up to you. But do your due diligence, and don't tell me 12 months from now we didn't tell you so, because they're moving like a rocket ship right now. I can't imagine what it's going to be like in 12 months. Thanks for joining us. Having a great day. See you next time. Hey guys, this video is over, but don't forget to help your company by liking it and even leaving a comment below. And then don't forget to help yourself by subscribing to our channel and never missing another great Agoracom small cap video.